Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to crochet this super easy boohoo style bag. It works up really fast. Of course you can adjust the size. We will work some increases on the side to get this nice form for this bag, and then it's just one stitch we will be repeating in spiral rounds. So super easy, and like I said, you can adjust the size, you can make it even bigger. This is totally up to you. I also used some handles that I bought and I attached them right here with my crochet hook, and of course you could also crochet some handles. There's so many options, and now I will show you what we need and how to crochet this super easy boohoo style bag. Today I'm using a 10mm crochet hook. You will also need a pair of scissors, a darning needle. Then I also have some wood beads that I'm going to use to decorate my bag a little bit. This is totally optional. You can also make a pom-pom. And I have some handles that I bought. You could also crochet some, like I said, but these are the ones I chose. And this is the yarn I'm using today. Is hooked spaghetti, and it's a textile yarn, and I needed half a skein for my small bag, but you could also make a bigger bag with just one skein. And this one has roughly 131 yards, so I needed half of the skein to make the small bag. Of course you can use any yarn you would like, but I will put the link for the yarn down below. And now let's get started. So we will start with a slip knot, and we will start with crocheting chains. For my bag, I'm going to crochet 9 chains, but if you want to make a big bag, you just keep crocheting chains until you have the length you need for your bottom. So this is how you adjust the size. Just keep crocheting your chains until you have the length you need for your bag. I'm going to crochet 9 because I want a small bag, but like I said, just keep crocheting chains until you have your desired length you want for the bottom part of your bag. So I just finished my 9 chains, and now we will start with the first round. Into the very first stitch right here, you will grab the yarn, pull up. You have 2 loops on the hook. Now grab the yarn and pull through 2. So this round we will be working in single crochets. So this is all you have to do. Just go into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up, and another single crochet. So we will work 1 single crochet in every stitch. And don't crochet too tight. This will make it really hard to get into the stitches. So try to crochet loosely. Okay, I'm almost here to the end. And into the very last stitch right here, we will start with 1 single crochet, and then in the same stitch we will work 2 more. So a total of 3 single crochets all into the same stitch. So 1, insert into the same stitch, work your second single crochet, and 1 more time for your third. And this is how we work around. And now we have to work on the opposite side in those stitches right here. This is also super easy. So again, insert, grab the yarn, and work a single crochet. And you will do that until you get into your last stitch right here. This is the last stitch right here. So go into the next stitch, work a single crochet all the way to the end. Now I'm here in the last stitch, and we will work 2 single crochets into this one stitch. So 1 and 1 more single crochet. And this is how we finish round 1. So the first round we crocheted single crochets. Now we will work the increases on the left side and on the right side, which is also super easy. But in this round we will start the spiral rounds with a slip stitch. So we will work always in the back loop only. So in the back loop only until you get to the opposite side, and then we will do an increase. And we will have a total of 8 increases through the rounds. So this is also super easy. I will show you in just a moment. So now we will start with the back loop. So you will only insert your hook into the back loop only, grab the yarn and work a slip stitch. And this is the stitch we will be using. So in the back loop only, 1 slip stitch. So just in the back loop only. This is the only important thing you have to remember for now. And this is the stitch we will be using through this whole pattern. In the back loop, make a slip stitch. In the back loop, make a slip stitch. And like I said, we will do a total of 8 increases through the rounds. Okay, and this is the stitch we will be working the increases. So it's the one on the very left side. So insert, work a slip stitch. And to make an increase in this pattern, all you have to do is just chain 1. So grab the hook, pull through the loop and chain 1. And you can see the chain 1 looks exactly like the slip stitch in the back loop only. And now you go into the next stitch and keep crocheting. So this is our first increase of our 8 increases in total. Now again in the back loop only, work all the way until you get to the stitch on the opposite side again. And there we will work our second increase. And this is how you will repeat this all the way through until you have a total of 8 increases. So again, in the back loop only, 1 slip stitch. Okay, and I'm in the stitch where I would like to make my increase. So again, in the back loop only, you will work a slip stitch, just like this. Grab the yarn, pull through. And now chain 1 and keep crocheting your next stitch in the back loop only with a slip stitch. So we just finished our second increase. Now you will crochet around to the opposite side and do the next increase. This will be our third. Then you will crochet again until you get to the opposite side and do the fourth increase, and you will repeat this all the way until you have a total of 8 increases. So 4 increases on each side. I will show you one more time. So keep slip stitching in the back loop only until you get to the stitch right here, and there I will just do another increase. So make a slip stitch, chain 1, and keep crocheting. And I will do that, and I will see you back once I'm done with my 8 increases in total. So I just finished my 8 increases in total, and now you can see how this bag is forming to the outside. And this is enough for me. Of course, you can repeat those increases if you want to form it more, but like you can see on the side, you can't even tell where we increased our stitches. And from now on, it's super easy. All we are going to do is work 1 slip stitch in the back loop only. We will work in spiral rounds, so you will just keep crocheting 1 slip stitch in the back loop for as many rows or rounds as you want. I will do a total of 19 rounds. This is the perfect size for me, but of course, if you want to make a bigger bag, just keep crocheting. You don't have to watch out for anything anymore. Now the hardest part is finished, and all we have to do is just crochet 1 slip stitch in the back loop only until we get the height we need for our bag. So I repeated this all the way around until I got the perfect height. And here you can see the decrease. They formed the bag really nice. And then I worked in spiral rounds until I got the height I need for my bag. I made a total of 19 rounds, which is super easy to count. You can see it very clearly. So just like this, you will count. Like I said, I have a total of 19. And now what I'm going to do is work 1 round of decreases, just to form it a little bit more to the top. But this is, of course, optional. You don't have to. And we will do it exactly the same way we did with the decreases. So always in the stitches on the outside right here and on the left side. So all we have to do now is insert a hook just like we did in the spiral rounds in the back loop, just like this. And you can see I'm really here on the outside, just like when we did the increases. So grab the yarn, pull up, but don't work a slip stitch, just leave the loop on your hook. Go into the stitch right next to it, grab the yarn, pull up, because we want to crochet those 2 slip stitches together. And now grab your hook and pull all the way through. And this is how you work a decrease. Now I'm going to crochet 1 slip stitch in the back loop only until I get to the other side. And then I will work right here another decrease. So just 1 slip stitch in the back loop only until we get to the opposite side. I just reached the opposite side and we will work 1 more decrease. So again, in the back loop, grab the yarn, pull up, leave the loop on your hook, go into the next stitch in the back loop, grab the yarn, pull up, and now let's crochet those 2 slip stitches together. So just like this, and you can't even see that we decreased. Now I will crochet all the way along here until I get to the left side, and this is where we are going to attach the handles. If you have handles just like me with the round rings, I will show you how to do that. So I crocheted all the way around right here, and now we are going to attach the handle. Like you can see, if you put it on the side, those are the 3 stitches we will be using to attach the handle. So the middle one, the right one, and the left one. And you can see I'm perfectly in the middle. So now all we have to do is grab the handle, put it in front of your work, just like this. You can see my hook and yarn on the right. right here. And my yarn I work with is in the back. So now just grab your hook, grab the loop in the back loop only, pull it through just like this and make a slip stitch. And we attached the handle in this first stitch. Now for the next 2 stitches, we will first insert in the back loop only, just like this. And now we will put the hook through the ring and grab the yarn, and now work a slip stitch. Just like this. And you can see it's all nice and covered, and the handle is in the inside and not attached to the outside. We will do one more stitch. So again, in the back loop first, then grab your hook, put the ring through. Now we will get the yarn and pull it through and make a slip stitch, just like this. And the handle is attached super secure. Nothing's going to happen since it's a textile yarn. It's really in place and it won't stretch out. So this is how I attach the handle. And now we just keep crocheting 1 slip stitch all the way around until we get to the opposite side to do this exact same thing with the second part of the handle. So now it's just 1 slip stitch until we get to the opposite side. One slip stitch in the back loop only. One thing I wanted to show you before we go into attach the second handle, I will turn my bag inside out and we will sew in the yarn end. If you don't have a darning needle for such thick yarn, then you can just use a crochet hook. I have a 5mm right here. So just insert in a stitch, pull the yarn end and pull through. And this is how you can sew in the yarn end with a crochet hook. So just like this, I will go a couple times just to make sure. Pull nice and tight. And I will do this until I sewed in this yarn end. Some stitches are really hard to get into, like this one right now, since the stitches are very tight. So just take your time. And this is how we're going to do it. I just reached the other side and now it's time to attach the handle in the next 3 stitches, just like we did on the other side. So you will do exactly the same thing. Make sure your handle is not twisted and then insert into the back loop, pull through the ring just like this and work a slip stitch. And yeah, I double check, make sure my handle is straight. And now you will first insert your hook into the back loop only, pull the hook up and then go through the middle. Now grab the yarn and finish your slip stitch. And we will do exactly the same thing one more time in the back loop. First grab the stitch, then insert in the ring. Now grab the yarn and finish your slip stitch. Just like this. And you can see, you can't even tell that the handle was being crocheted on. And now I will work 1 slip stitch and finish off. So I just made 1 slip stitch and now I'm going to finish off my bag. All I'm going to do now is just grab my scissors and cut the yarn. Now I will pull the hook up, but I will leave a loop just like this. Now I will insert with my fingers, grab the yarn. So just like this, grab it, pull through, and now pull tight. And now our bag is all nice and secure. It's not going to open up on us. And we can start sewing in the yarn end in the inside of the bag. For this yarn end, I will use my darning needle. I seen that it's going to fit through. So just grab the yarn, pull through the darning needle, and now we can sew in this yarn end. And all I'm going to do now is just go all the way down through some stitches and sew it in. So the first one I'm going to pull really tight to make sure it's all nice and even, and then just pick some random stitches and start sewing in the yarn end. It's sometimes really hard to find the stitches with this tiny needle. So pull through, I go through another stitch, pull through, until you have the feeling that it's all nice and secure. Just like this. And I will do a couple more stitches and check how it looks like. And then we can cut the yarn. And our bag is finished. All I'm going to do now is grab my wood beads and some cotton yarn, and I will just pull them through to make a nice decoration for my bag. This is totally optional, you don't have to, but I really like the way it looks like, so this is what I'm going to do now. I attached the one side already, and now I'm going to attach the other side. I really love this look, and yeah, it's also super easy to attach. So make sure you have the same height like on the other side. It's roughly the stitch right here, and I will pull it through. Just like this. If you want it loosely, you can leave it a little bit of space in between. When not, just pull tight. And I'm going to attach it right here on the ring from my handle. But you can, if you have another option to attach it, you can of course do that. So I make sure it's all nice and loose. And now I will go through the stitch right here, through the ring, just to attach the cotton yarn. Now I will leave a loop, go through with the needle, and pull through. Just to secure it a little bit, I will go one more time, make another knot. So just leave a loop, pull through, and pull tight. And I will do this one more time. Now you can go through the stitches itself, just like this, through the cotton yarn, and one more knot. I always like to make sure it's all nice and secure. And now we can cut the yarn. And we are done. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It's so much fun to crochet this cute little bag. Like I said, you can make it even bigger. I can't wait to see your finished handbags. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great time crocheting, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye.